Alright, so I'm in my ride, my Infinity Q45 1990 model, and right now I'm on the highway, you know, cruising or whatever. I kind of want y'all to hear how it sounds from the inside of the cab. Kind of gonna be a little hard to do this, maybe a little bit, if I decide to, you know, fuck around with it, auto stick or whatever. But I am gonna try to fuck around with it a little bit, just on the highway, so y'all can kind of hear what it sounds like a little bit. We turn this sideways so it'll be a little bit better on the view, hopefully. You can hear how it sounds at the RPM. You know, what is that? Almost 2.5. It sits me at somewhere around 75 if I was to go kick it up a little bit. If I play around with the gears, like I'm gonna drop it in gear 3 right quick so you hear how it sounds. That's gear 3. I don't want to drop it down into gear 2 or anything like that unless I have to slow down, like right here, because I am already doing like 60 miles an hour, and I don't want to jump the RPMs too hard, especially when I'm going at high speeds like this. But just to give you a kind of a, you know, a sound of what it kind of sounds like at the RPM 3, and you know, maybe a little higher than that if I can, you know, get out of this traffic that's, you know, all in front of me and stuff like that. This is just a 1990 Q45. I got flowmaster mufflers on it. I'm gonna put a header pipes on it pretty soon or whatever, so y'all can, you know, see what it sounds like after the headers. Cause me and my boy did a video one time, you know, with this car or whatever, and his car too. But we're gonna have to get his car back up in that mug, you know, when it started up. So you know, we can drive them both so y'all can see what they sound like. He got true duals front and back on his car with the flowmasters, same ones that I got on here, the Super 40s. As you can see, car sounds pretty aggressive at certain speeds or whatever. If I really want to get on it, I can just get on it, you know, and it'll just go, you know, real quick. It's a very fast car, you know, for it to be a big old car, it's pretty darn fast, you know. Pretty fast. And this is just like playing around with the gear or whatever, you know. Driving it like a hot rod. Kind of be quiet for a second so y'all can kind of hear what it sounds like. The other day, I was driving it on the highway, you know, and I got on the highway and I wanted to just see what it do. It jumped up to 110 just like that with no problem at all. I could easily just get on it real quick and it'll just go, you know. See? 2 miles per hour, already near 100, you know, ain't even playing, just quick, you know, no joke at all. Now let's drop it down into drive so you can see what it do. Got a throne because the flowmasters is a little bit loud on here. Still ain't even got a header on it yet, but see, once I get that header on here, the tone up is gonna crispy out some. It's gonna have a real nice, you know, even more aggressive tone to it. Right now it's just simple, you know, little just drive on the highway tone, you know. What I will attempt to do after I get off the highway, if I can remember in my next video, is to show the part 2 to this when I'm actually off the highway and I drive it at, you know, like a stick shift or pretty much auto stick. So tune in to that next video. It's gonna be today. And yeah, just check me out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so y'all can kind of like get an idea of what an Infinity will sound like. Yeah, to remind you, I forgot to tell you how my exhaust is designed. My exhaust is designed like an H-pipe. The same thing you would do to a Mustang, you know, from the header back, or the manifold back, because that's what I got on there right now, the stock manifolds. I got the 2-inch pipe that's coming off the manifold, because the manifold comes out as 2 inches, which I'm going to upgrade later to 2.5, and then the header is actually 2.5, so that's going to be perfectly, so that I can just put the pipes on it, you know, from the header back and make that 2.5, and I'm going to have 2.5 all the way from front to back with the 2.5 H pipe on top of that. So the car, you know, it's going to sound really aggressive, man, once I put them headers on there with that 2.5, and I'm going to love the beautiful sound that's going to come out this car. And y'all, I believe, will too. But just know that right now I'm running 2-inch pipe from the manifold into the H pipe. The H pipe is 2 1/4, and then behind the 2 1/4 into the flowmasters, which is 2.5 inlet, and then 2.5 outlet. And behind the flowmasters, the pipe is 2.5. So as you can see, just with that setup, this car has a pretty nasty and a pretty bold sound to it. So, you know, like I said, tune into my next video so you can see what it sounds like when I try to, or when I attempt to drive it as an auto stick. All right.